Thank you so much for coming. I think I've met some of you, but not all. My name is Jorge Montezuma. It's nice to see a lot of familiar faces. I am with Wanu Organics, consulting firm, and I started with a few other people a Compost Capital Network to connect and to educate composters, haulers, and capital providers. And we're super excited to be able to host this with the North Carolina Composting Council, with the US Composting Council, to bring in-person events to different states. And this is the first one that we're doing in North Carolina. Hopefully other states will do it as well in different places. And again, the intention is to create a space and a time for people to meet with one another and talk about capital needs, capital, wants, capital availability, so that we can figure out how to grow the infrastructure, not only in North Carolina, in the region, but in the country as well. We want to thank the sponsors of the Compost Capital Network, especially ClearVest, Lower Mountain Partners, and Compost Now for helping to make this happen and other events happen. We've been able to raise some funds that are paying for the food, the room, etc., so that we can continue to have these conversations. Also extremely grateful for the North Carolina Composting Council, especially Kat and Miro for entertaining the idea to host this back in the fall, I think, was when we tried to get a grant to host it. And anyhow, it evolved into this. So I'm very excited to be here. And also our in-kind sponsor, US Composting Council, who works out of that room over there on the other side of this wall. They can't be here because they're all at a staff retreat, but hopefully they'll watch the recording later. All right, so this is the agenda for today. We've got a bunch of hours together. It's an intimate room. There's about 6-7 people online. We're going to take some Q&A from online. I don't think they can actually talk in the room, which is okay. We'll relay information back and forth, but we want this to be interactive. We have a lot of people that are going to be sharing different pieces of information, starting with Kat and the Composting Council in North Carolina. I'll be doing a quick financing 101, then we're going to have a couple of speakers from the EQ, then we're going to jump into equipment financing, then we're going to hear from 3 CDFIs, talk a little bit more about lending and details on that. We'll take a break. Then we'll have Frank, Noel, and Justin talk more about the composter hauler experience for about an hour and a half. And we want that as well to be very interactive. We'll adjourn around 5, and then there's a happy hour around the corner in Linwood. And now I'll pass it on to Kat to tell us a little bit about the Composting Council. And